Hi, I'm Cheryl Savage. My website is Go Home Cheryl. This segment is about fake news, which has been concerning me for maybe about 6 months now, since Donald Trump has become president. The media has always been controlling our country through radio, TV outlets, long before I was born. The media can't control us if we don't want them to. To make America great, we need to get involved with local culture, local politics, talk to our children's teachers. I want to say that the people that watch Main Street media are the people that are home during the day, and the children at school also are watching through CNN. The only people watching this for 20 years has been people that are home, people that have to be home. Look at Main Street media was talking about for the last 20 years. And what they used against us during this time period, starting with President Bush. 9/11, weapons of mass destruction, Patriot Act. All these things were going to be good for us because, of course, then they would be able to stop the terrorism. Then we find out that the terrorism's been funded by the CIA. That's fantastic. All right. But we'll let that go because, of course, it is what it is. And in order for America to be great again, we need to let things go. We'll, become, we know now, we're not going to fall for it again. And I think that is one of the problems. Main Street media realizes that now that the cat's sort of out of the bag and President Trump is going to try to make America great again, this is our problem. Who does Main Street media need? Well, of course, Main Street media needs us. All right. It needs you and me. And when we're bored and don't trust them, we're not watching them. We're out mowing the lawn. We're maybe at the park with the kids. Fake news is a product of material commercialism. How's that for a new concept? The flower of this ism has bloomed black. Look at the results of fake news. Social Security is emptying. Obamacare is stealing from Freddie and Fannie. Young people are unemployable. They have no work ethic because fake news has pitched them on a world that they don't have to work. To make America great again, we have to make America free again. This is going to take hard work, careful investments, focus. And my question is, do we still have the skills to do this? Do we really want it? And I think the answer is yes. America is the greatest country in the world. When you look at like a Social Security program, all in all, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It provides an outlet for our aging Americans to have a rest after their long careers, which may have not been so profitable during the course of their career, but they get a chance to, retire and take care of themselves after they've taken care of our country, especially veterans. Thank you, veterans. Okay, so do we have the skills to make America great again? Well, of course, if we focus and make careful investments and know, what we're doing, and we are going to be okay. what I think is interesting about this time we live in a world where they have the internet, where I can post this video, which I'm going to do, and I can tell you that we can make America great, and fake news is always going to be with us, okay? So we shouldn't even be upset about it, because how done with it are you? However, there are things that we should have attended to, like controlling what happens to the minds of our children. We kind of dropped the ball on that. We were rushing after the American dream. We were trying to, see where we fit into society, and we didn't really watch what they were watching, because it was all pretty much politically correct. So you wonder why our children want to be politically correct. Is because TV was politically correct. Okay. What mainstream media pushed was dislike of people different, divide for those people that are different, mistrust of those people that are different, and improper funding of social programs. Donald Trump. Like him, dislike him, I don't think he cares. He wants to make America great. He will tell Deep State they are fired. That's why I voted for him. I'm thinking, let's fire Deep State. Let's get proper treaties. Get proper funding for people in crisis. Look, people complain about America. We're the greatest country in the world. Democracy, free markets. We would just use any of that. We would be great again. Our stock market would be supported. We would not have a bubble if we were actually focused on making careful investments and not being beguiled by the sweetness of commercialism. Now I've made money in the stock market on commercialism, and we'll talk about that. But I want to tell you something, and it's very dear to me, because I have talked to my children since the president was elected. And I want to tell you something. Our children are Antifa. We need to talk to them. We need to tell them what we know, our experiences. We can't tell them they're wrong. They're right from all their experiences. They're right. So we need to have as many dialogues as it takes to make them understand that if we lower taxes and we give them tax breaks and we can provide more opportunities so that they're employed in a meaningful way with a stock market that's not going to dip by the time that or a Ponzi scheme by the time they retire, we can offer them opportunities instead of being frightened every time they think about how they're going to protect their families. And this is the path that we need to make. We need to talk to them, and we have to show them that we know something. We're not just here to take advantage of their future. All right. So fake news is a product of our culture. You can't align bad news with commercialism. They won't let you. They want to have good news with their good expensive ads. It's not possible to have reality news next to commercials. You have to fund. The funding is important. So here's the thing. Let's make America great again. Let's talk to our children. Let's not be afraid. We are not Nazis. We are not sexist. We're one of the most compassionate countries in the world. Look at the things we have done. We've planted forests in Israel. We dug wells in Africa. We brought education to South America. We've signed NAFTA. We sent missionaries to USSR before they took down the wall. America was great. Let's make America great again. Let's support our president. Let's support our public politicians. Let's go in and talk to them. You know, let's make sure they hear what we have to say. My representative is Kirsten Gillibrand, and I talk to her office as often as I have questions. They don't have to respond back to me. I'm a voter. And register to vote if you don't, because of course that's important as America. All right, have a great day. Again, my website is GoHomeCheryl and .com. And let's make America great. Dig down.